Good afternoon everyone, I'm Gary Martin, and today I'm going to try and answer a question that I've had by a subscriber on, what is a good all year round golf shoe? So the question that I got asked by a subscriber was, if you were looking at an all year round golf shoe, Gaz, what would you buy? And I'm going to be quite honest with you, I wouldn't buy one. I'd buy, if I were playing all year round, I'd buy a shoe specifically for winter and a shoe specifically for summer, so that I got the best performing shoe for each part of the year, whether it's soft ground conditions and raining or whether it's hard ground conditions and really hot. Because I think if you try and buy that all year round golf shoe, you're always going to sacrifice something, whether it be durability and, being hard to clean when it comes to winter, or whether it's, being breathable in the summer. I don't think you can actually get an all year round golf shoe. And, if there's anybody out there that thinks you can, get in the comments, guys, because I'd be really interested to know, because, I have been searching for one for the last 20 years and, I've never got to the winter and being completely happy with a shoe, or I've never got to the summer and being completely happy with a shoe. It's just, I've never found an all year round golf shoe that's been, put this into examples. I've come up to an holiday and I'm scraping around for a golf shoe, a week before I go on holiday, and I work in a golf shop, and I might not have something on the shelf that's breathable, that's soft, it's got a lot of cushioning in for hard ground and got stability. Because I'll tell you why. One of the worst golf shoes on the market, and we've probably all got a pair of these. Let me pull one off the rack somewhere. What have we got? This one. And it's not particularly Adidas, but it's a trainer shoe. It's not waterproof. It's got so much twist in it. There's no stability. The sole has barely got any grip. Why do we buy these things? What is that good for? It's not even breathable. It's got a few holes here at the side. I mean, it's just a cheap pair of shoes. And I think, over the years, it's been accepted now within golf that you can wear this trainer style shoe. Well, you might as well just wear your trainers that you wear to go out in to the pub, because it's absolutely pointless. It's never been a golf shoe. But obviously manufacturers are making these because they're cheap and there's a market for them. But I think it's absolutely terrible. I don't think it does anything. It's probably not even that, it's supposed to be a summer shoe, and it doesn't even look breathable. And there's absolutely no stability. A slight bit of rain and you're going to be sliding all over these. And I'm not sort of disparaging this brand, because, all the manufacturers are making these shoes now. But I think that is the worst thing to ever be designed. I'll give you an example of a good summer shoe. A good summer shoe for me would be something like this. So this is the Adidas Boost. Now, if you look at this, twist-wise, there's some movement in it, so it's good for comfort, but it's not like, a sack of potatoes where it's going to move all over. You've got the Boost as well, the Boost sole, so that it's nice and soft on hard ground. There's quite a lot of grip here as well. It's a lot more grippier sort of surface. But more importantly, look how breathable that's going to be. It's called the Tex this, so it's like a textile upper. So it's going to be really breathable, and also it's waterproof. But it does come at a premium, these are £129. But for me, that would be a perfect summer shoe. And I think you'd be surprised if you tried this one on. If you went into a golf shop and you tried this compared to, the one that I described as a sack of potatoes, you'd be surprised how much stability, when you practice your swing, how much more secure your feet feel to the ground, because, there's not as much twist in the sole as, this kind of thing, which is just, to me, it's useless. Now, I think if we were looking at, something more winter-wise, and I am using Adidas as an example here, but obviously, these features will cross over into other brands. I think this is a fantastic shoe, because I think you've got the spikes, obviously for when the ground's sort of moist and wet. You've got the harder sole, so there's barely any twist now. So obviously, that's going to help you set a solid base to the ground. You've got a waterproof upper you can tell this is going to be durable. It's going to be easy to clean because there's no sort of textile on it. It's all sort of, I would describe it as coated almost. It's a leather with like almost a coat on it, so I can imagine that being very easy to keep clean. But again, you know, it's two separate shoes completely. I don't think either of these would work as an all-round shoe, because you've got this one that's not very breathable, and you've got this one that would be a nightmare to keep clean, you know, with any mud or anything like that. So I've got one of my favourite members here, DM3. Just come in, David.
Hello, Guy.
How many pair of golf shoes have you got? You're a frequent golfer, aren't you?
Oh, yes. How many? I've got about 4 pairs upstairs. And a spare pair in the car. And about 3 pairs in the garage.
So why have you got so many shoes?
Because I'm getting older and forgetful, and 3 times I've been to competitions, and when I've got there I found I forgot my shoes.
So that's actually another good reason to have a couple of pairs. So you carry a backup pair, and it's more just
a backup pair, yeah.
Yeah.
In the boat.
So when you're buying a golf shoe, because the question I've been asked by a subscriber is, you know, what is the best all year round golf shoe? Are you trying to buy an all year round golf shoe when you buy a shoe, or are you trying to buy a summer shoe and a winter shoe?
I like a nice light shoe for summer, and I like a waterproof shoe for winter. I mean, at the moment I'm using dry joys.
Dry joys,
which are not completely dry now. Maybe because they're over a year old. I don't know.
So a dry joy then, would you ever wear that in summer? Because that one's
I have done.
Yeah.
But I don't like to. I like a lightweight shoe, definitely.
Lightweight, more breathable.
Oh, absolutely.
And have you ever then been a bit like me and this subscriber here who's tried to shop for an all year round shoe, or do you split it into, you know, summer and winter?
Well, is there such a thing as an all round? I mean, are any of these all what you?
Well, this is the topic we're on at the minute, and I don't think there is, David. I don't think there's a shoe that provides all the features.
For lightweight. See, this isn't lightweight. That looks lightweight. Is that waterproof?
Yeah. So I mean, this is an example that David's given. All year round golf shoe. I mean, obviously in UK you wouldn't want a white shoe, would you? But let's say it were black.
Yeah.
You know, then you're starting to think, can you wear that with shorts? Yeah, you possibly could wear some black shorts. But my main concern with that is it doesn't look very breathable. You know, if you said to me, do you fancy if you know going to Portugal or Spain in summer, I wouldn't fancy taking that shoe.
I would. It's nice and light.
So it's light. Yeah,
it's waterproof.
It's light. It's waterproof. But I
really like this one.
We're always missing, though, one feature, you know, when you try and get an all-year-round shoe, and I think it comes down to being breathable and durable. You just can't get them both.
Yeah, but when they're breathable, do they give you the same support?
Well, that's another thing, you know, I've been talking about, you know, what I think is one of the worst golf shoes on market, and that's this one, which is, you know, the trainer shoe now.
Wouldn't do your feet much good, would it?
Wouldn't,
would it? Twisting and turning.
So I think, you know, you've helped us come to the conclusion that I don't think there is an all-year-round golf shoe.
No.
Not that provides all the features and benefits. And I hope that's answered the question for you. I think that, you know, it's really important if you're going to play 12 months a year to carry 2 pair of shoes.
Yeah.
And for one of the reasons, you might forget a pair.
Well, when I go away, I take 3 pairs. And I still got... I ended up in me sandals at the golf course. That was 4. 3 pairs went and 4 pairs come back.
So I think it's pretty safe to say, you know, you probably, you know, understand now, you know, from my point of view, I don't think there is an all year round shoe. But, you know, to answer the question, if you had to buy one shoe, you know, I'll be looking at something like this, all right? So what we're going to compromise is we're going to compromise breathability. We're going to go with something that's spiked, that's got a bit of a mid sort of twist sole, so it's, you know, going to be good for stability when it's wet. It's going to, you know, have a little bit of a twist for when it's really dry, but we're going to go for an upper layer that's fully waterproof, and we're going to sacrifice a little bit of breathability. And, you know, that might be something that hinders you a little bit if you're going on holiday or it's really warm, but I don't think we can sacrifice, obviously, durability, because if you're playing in the winter, you need something that's easy to clean, you need something that's waterproof, and you're going to need some grip on there. So I think we're going to sacrifice breathability to try to get an all year round shoe. You know, and I hope you've enjoyed that video. You know, it's something that it's been a very hard video to do because we've come to end at season where we've not got many shoes on display. In fact, most of them are summer shoes. You know, we've barely got a spike shoe on rack, and, you know, only stocking FootJoy and Adidas. You know, we don't have much of a selection. But I think, you know, just to conclude, you know, think about the features of the golf shoe. We've got waterproof, we've got breathability, we've got the twist in the sole, and we've got grip, you know. So think about, you know, what you need from your golf shoe, and that's going to vary depending on, you know, where you are in the world and what conditions you're playing on. But, you know, in my opinion, you know, here in the UK, I certainly don't think there's a golf shoe, a perfect golf shoe for all year round. You're going to certainly compromise something by trying to get that shoe, whether it be, you know, durability or breathability. But I hope you've enjoyed that video, and I'll see you guys in a few days' time. Bye.